Man, I tell you, man, the problems happen out of nowhere. And I'm not a savvy person, right? I'm not a very savvy person, so I'm not a very technically savvy person. How is this computer just unfigurating itself? You know what I'm saying? Doing stuff that I don't even touch this computer. When I'm not on this computer, this I close this laptop up and I use my wife's laptop. I don't even use this laptop. You know why? You know why I use my wife's laptop? Because I don't want no excuses when it come time for me to do a live, right? I'm thinking maybe I'm doing something to where it's not working properly. Maybe I hit this or I hit that. So I say, okay, when I'm done this live, boom, I shut it up and I put it over to the side over there and I don't mess with it to the next live. I watch my wife's laptop and all of a sudden, I know I ain't touched nothing on this laptop. I come on here and bam, boom, bada bing. It's unfigurated and all of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So this message is titled Treacherous, right? Let me just make sure I'm online. Let me make sure I'm online. Hold up. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm online. So let's get right into this, right? Now, I'm going to try to do another message after this, right? Many of you all will be asleep probably, but at the end of the day, this will be something for you all to watch tomorrow. So I'm going to do this message and I'm going to do another message, okay? So this message is titled Treacherous. This message is titled Treacherous, all right? And I want to get right into this. Okay? So uh let me see. Let's see if I can pull that back up. KJV with Apocrypha. I want the KJV with Apocrypha. It's going to be hard to find that again. KJV with Apocrypha. There it is. All right. I want to go to Jeremiah. This has 3 segments. The first segment is Old Command. The second segment is Treacherous Daughter. And the third segment is Judges. Okay? And before I get into this, I want to say something, right? Because I've noticed that there's a lot of people out there and they're saying, well, first of all, just to give you an FYI, this message is not directly about the entertainment industry, but it's just some things that I want to clarify. Okay? A lot of people are saying that why is it that you only can talk about the black entertainers and not about the white entertainers and the white gatekeepers, right? I want y'all to pay very close attention, okay? Because I'm getting a lot of backlash for this. Somebody actually came in my DMs about this earlier today. Why are you only talking about the black gatekeepers, right? And I've noticed that I've seen two internet gurus speak about this, both of them who spoke about this evening. Um, the two internet gurus, one of them was a little bit more specific. It says, he doesn't just want to hear about, you know, the wickedness of the black gatekeepers or the so-called Negro entertainers. And there was a female earlier that said something like this too on both. She said it both on Facebook and she said it both on Instagram. Why just the black entertainers? And you got white people that's coming on the internet and they're talking about black gatekeepers and black entertainers. Okay? And I want a lot of white people to understand something. Okay? It's your people who are at the helm of the wicked entertainment industry. I need to repeat that because I think a lot of Caucasian people are losing grip of reality. And I'm not going to apologize because let me tell you something. My ministry is very powerful. Regardless of what you all think, my ministry is powerful. What this ministry says goes. You understand that? And y'all know that. You can gaslight me all you want to. Many of you can gaslight me all you want to. You all know that what this ministry says goes, and you know it. Y'all know it. You know the powerful impact that this ministry has. If I say that somebody is of dishonor, the chances are they are of dishonor. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's not my opinion. The words of this ministry are in many cases, not in every case, but are in many cases taken for face value. And I'm going to tell you why. This ministry doesn't deal with opinions. This ministry deals with what Christ says. And there's a lot of Caucasians out there who are losing grip of reality because this ministry puts forth judgment upon its own people. And I'm going to explain why this ministry does that. But I want a lot of Caucasians out there to understand something very important. It is your people who is at the helm of the entertainment industry. Okay? It is the Caucasoid nation that's at the helm of Hollywood. Okay? Esau is at the helm of Hollywood. So for a lot of you Caucasian bloggers out there, you all are coming on the internet and all you can talk about is whether it be Diddy or whether it be Jay-Z or whether it be Oprah Winfrey or whoever it is, whoever it may be. You understand what I'm saying? You need to have a very stern comprehension that those people that I just mentioned work for somebody whom is of Esau. They are the underdog or the underling for a white person. And that's very, very important for you to understand. For you Caucasians out there, stop losing your grip of reality because I'm doing what the Bible tells me to do with my people. Now, but we have another premise because we have Negroes whom say, listen, man, okay, you was right. You was right. And, shout out to Hassan Campbell, man. I give Hassan Campbell. I like Hassan Campbell, man. You know, a lot of people mocked him about the escapades of getting shot and things like that. And I didn't agree with his actions with that. You know, I thought he got carried away there. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? His body of work, I appreciate his body of work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I've actually been saying these things years and years ago, but that's not what this is about. You know what I'm saying? You know, I do appreciate his body of work because he's fearless in what he does, and a lot of it started in New York. So a lot of the treacherous works and the evil of the entertainment industry, not all of it, not the entire thing, but a lot of it began. We know that in earlier concept, there has been um, things going on in Los Angeles, but there are some old fashioned so-called hip hop artists in New York. So I don't know if it originated there or not. I doubt it, but in any event, New York has a very strong origin with a lot of this hip hop stuff and you know R&B and stuff of that nature, right? But at the end of the day, right? You know what I'm saying? I want a lot of Negroes out there to understand why my quarrel is with Negro entertainers. And this message, that's basically what this message is about. It's not about anybody in specific or anything like that because there's a lot of things. See, accusations is something very important with me. I'm very careful with accusations because accusations are very, very harmful. And accusations can have somebody wanting to kill you, therefore you having to protect yourself and probably end up killing somebody. So you got to be very careful with accusations. But let me tell you something, okay? If I make an accusation, I'm going to almost be 100% sure, okay? That's why I've made accusations with Diddy and I've made accusations with Oprah, Tyler Perry, specific people, because I'm pretty much 100% sure of what they got going on, okay? And y'all boy Jay, that boy Jay Z, he's a slick ball, man. But he got a lot of shit up his sleeve too. And there are others who I'm not too sure about. You understand what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and dive. So what is this message about? Mainly, this message is about why, because I want to give a very firm explanation why I'm focusing on Negroes and I'm not focusing on the Caucasians. Okay? Because many of you want me to just pull the Caucasians out because they're at the helm of all of these things. I understand this, but I want you all to understand something. Okay? Let's start with Jeremiah chapter 1 through 6. I want to go to Jeremiah. I want to go to Jeremiah, and we're going to go to go to chapter 23. Jeremiah chapter 23. Okay? Jeremiah chapter 23. Okay? Jeremiah chapter 23. Now, I want y'all to pay attention. I'm going to read verses 1 through 6. Jeremiah chapter 23, and I'm going to read verses 1 through 6. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. So this is Christ talking. This is the Most High talking. And the first thing he's going to say is destruction to the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord. Now, that word pastors, I want you all to understand something about that word pastors. That word pastors is a leadership in general. Leadership in general. That's what that word pastors is about. He says, destruction to the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith Yahuwah. I don't want to just run through this because I want you Negroes to have a very strong understanding of what's going on here. Your creator is saying that there's death and destruction that's coming to the leaders. The leaders of what type of people? We need to understand this. That destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture. So the Most High is saying that he's concerned with the pastors that destroy and scatter, that mislead the people of his personal pastor, saith Yahuwah. Who is that talking about? That's talking about a bunch of Negroes. There's camp leaders that do this. There's church leaders that do the Christian leaders that do this. There's Muslim leaders that do this. There's entertainers that do this. And there's internet gurus, social media gurus that do this. You understand? Now, I want you all to understand something very critical, right? Society in its whole, society, right? Society base its beliefs off of what's popular and what everybody think is cool. Society base its belief off of what's popular and what everybody thinks is cool. Okay? Society. Society does not base anything on the truth. Okay? And when I say society, I'm talking about society in general. Okay? Everywhere you turn, and even the Caucasians do this. The Caucasians do this also. Now listen, I want you all to understand something, right? The Caucasians are not wiser than black people. Because there are a lot of people that would like to think that. White folks are not wiser than we are. Okay? What it is these days, these days, a lot of white folks play civilized. And because Esau controls the media, you only mainly are what's depicted in media is that white folks are civilized and black folks are uncivilized. Okay? So you got to understand that it's not that they're wiser or that they're more intelligent. It's that the media controls a lot of what is being seen. Okay? Even on the internet, whether it's Instagram or whatever the case may be, there is a very strong psychological warfare going on the internet, specifically Instagram, that are placing the Negro men and Negro women against one another. And we are definitely falling for this trap. Guess who else fell for this trap? Me. I fell for it too. And I rarely fall for anything. But even myself, I have fallen victim. I'm telling you, see, listen to when I tell you about an imperfection or a shortcoming about myself. Okay? Because many of you all, you want me to share the same problems that you all have. Okay? Listen, I had a beautiful day today. Okay? If my marriage has been allegedly struggling, listen to what I'm saying to you all. Allegedly, my marriage has been struggling for the past, how long has the slander been upon me? The slander has been upon me for 4 years now. And you all actually believe that my wife went outside of this marriage and I allowed it. Really. Just because a lot of you pussy ass would allow that, just because a lot of you men out there allow it and you allow it, does not mean this Malak would allow it. She know better. She know better. And all of these things, how can a marriage be as bad as my marriage and still survive? Do any of you out there have any common fucking sense? How? Do you really think that my wife is giving me more stress than my slanderer? Do you really think she's giving me more grief than all the constant false accusations? Do you think that my wife is acting if I put her on speaker, or if I do you think that's an act? Do you think her polite attitude is an act? Do you think her kindness is an act? Do you think that all the whole day after day, I'm going through grief with my wife when I'm a man? Let me tell you something, right? My method to my madness is a great method. At one point in time, me, my wife, her stepdaughter, my daughter, my mother, and her mother, at one point in time, we were all under the same roof. Let me tell you something about this man, because all of us men are not created equal. You understand that, right? And I don't mean that. I mean that metaphorically. I know we are equal in Christ created all of us equal. So before you all get your panties in a bunch, I'm not speaking about, I'm talking metaphorically. We're all not created equal. Okay? Me, my wife, her daughter, her mother, my mother. This was before I had the boys. All underneath the same roof. 5 women. 5 women that I had to deal with underneath the same fucking roof. I would come home and get great grief, and the grief wasn't even toward me. They had grief amongst one another. My daughter, her daughter, my mother, her mother, my wife, my mother, my wife, my daughter, her mother. They was always bickering and fighting amongst one another. It was like hell. So what did I do? I said, you know what? Something got to give. So I got my pennies together. I got me pennies together. And I said, you know what? The place down that way, I put my mother. The place down that way, the other way, I put my wife, her daughter, and her mother. And it was actually supposed to be vice versa, where my mom's at was where my wife was supposed to be, and where my wife is where my mother was supposed to be. But because they didn't want to adhere to what I was trying to explain them, they ended up in different places. Right? So now my wife, and then my wife even still has issues with her own mother. Well, I don't got no place to put your mother separately. You understand what I'm saying? See, not every man is like me. I need my peace. I need my peace. Personally, I need my peace. Without my peace, I can't operate. That's the reason why I've withdrew from Instagram. So I can have my peace. Peace. I have keys to where my mother is staying. I got keys to where my wife is staying. I go in and out of any one of those estates as I please, whichever way I want. If I choose to spend a night where my wife is, or 2 nights, or 3 nights, or a week, or a month, I'll do that. Same thing with my mother. But I don't want to be around my wife 24 hours a day, because I have to bring her here. I have to bring her into work. And we do the same job. When the hell would I get a break? You think I want to stay up underneath my mother 24/7? So at the end of the day, I stay here often because I get peace. If I want sexual relations, I go get them. But lately, I've been doing a lot of research. How are things going so bad when I personally want to be in my own space, and when I decide that I want to be bothered, or the case, or whatever the case may be, then even if it's with my mother, if I need to spend time with my mother, because I don't spend any time with my mother, and I should. I need to spend more time with my wife. But if she comes here to work, because I have an office here and I have an office at another house. So if she comes here to work, I'm studying over here in the corner while she's working. We have good conversation, whatever the case may be. I give her instructions about my boys. We talk, we laugh, we do what we have to do. And then I'm quick. When it's time for her to clock out, I take her and the boys back home. And what do I have then? Peace. This is personal peace. Needed. A message to you men. Stop always hanging, sitting up underneath your heifer. Go fucking do something. Get away from your woman. Why do you always want to be underneath your woman all fucking day? What's wrong with you niggas, man? Huh? Even if it's another woman, you don't even want to be hanging with her all day. Go get a hobby. Many of you work out. Work out. Take a walk. Go gamble. Study. Do something. Give yourself some space. One of the keys to a long-lasting marriage is space. I'm not saying be away from her all the time, but get some alone time. Don't you understand that there's nothing wrong with having alone time with the Almighty? Get some alone time with the Almighty. What's wrong with that? That's why many of your women don't want to be around you now, because you constantly putting her on a pedestal. Don't you understand? A woman hates it when you put her before your purpose. Why don't you donkey ass niggas go get a purpose? Go find something more important than your heifer. Why don't you? Go find a purpose. If your woman is not first, she's going to have a hard time leaving. But you men out there, you think that she's supposed to be before everything. Everything you do, I've noticed, when men come on the internet, all they can do is talk about the reason why the woman doesn't want this guy, or what do you have to do to pull this woman? Don't you understand that it's not about her? When will y'all learn that? What about what you can do to be the type of man that's wanted, no matter how you look, even if you ugly as me, even if you are as disgraceful as I am? Don't you know you pretty boys are out? You're not wanted anymore. Not unless you have a sturdy character. You pretty boys are done. Why don't you all stop placing women on pedestals? That's not going to get you love. Leading with your pocket, putting women on pedestals, acting like there's no creator, and that pussy is your creator. Some of you, that pussy is your creator. You know why? We're at an all-time high now with single men. I'm tired of talking about the women. We're at an all-time high with single men. And so many single men love to get on the internet and talk shit. Don't you understand there's two reasons why you're single? One reason is because you don't know how to pick. You don't know how to pick a woman. I was just watching, I saw a Kendra clip come down the internet. What's that they called? The Kendra social media clip, right? Well, she interviewed a woman that had been celibate for 16, I think it was 15 years. The woman was celibate for 15 years. You stupid ass niggas, y'all wouldn't go for a woman like that. This woman hadn't opened her pussy for 15 years. And because she wore glasses and she wasn't the prettiest woman in the world, but she wasn't ugly either. See, you men, you wouldn't choose a woman like that because she don't want to give up no pussy until marriage. Oh man, oh the hell with that, man. She wanna wait till marriage and damn, she ain't have sex in 15 years. Likelihood is I'm willing to talk to my wife about her and introduce that woman to my wife. One of y'all better go and get her. If you a smart man, you would go and you would think a woman that hadn't had sex in 15 years, oh, they exist. Don't say that I got the spirit. I know which women tell the truth and which women don't tell the truth. The majority of them don't tell the truth. If they got OnlyFans and all they worried about is how they look, you see them on the internet all the time and all they worry about is how they look, then they liars. But you could look at this woman, you could tell that she wasn't all caught up on her looks. And the average dickhead man would look at her and say, man, she ain't all that, man. She not worth it. How is she not worth it? And she didn't fuck in damn near 20 years. How is she not worth it? How is she not worth it? See how you men think. You choose Instagram whores. You choose Fox and BITCHs. And then you talking about you can't find nobody. That's the first reason, your choice. The second reason is you're lame. You're fake. You're phonies. You come on the internet and you don't even know who you are on the internet. A lot of you men have lost your own identity. That's why y'all always come on the internet and say smart shit, because you hate real niggas. That's why. Reminds me of the type of cats that were bullied in high school. And anytime you see any authenticity, you get up in arms because you know you ain't it. That's why. That's the majority of you men today. You don't want to consider the quiet woman that you hardly see, and you only see her probably just going to work, and you only see her here and there, and if you try to talk to her, she always rushing away and stuff like that because she's shy or because she don't know how to interact with people. That's the woman that you want. That's the one you want. You don't want the one that's constantly on social media shucking and jiving with her titties all over the place and her ass all over the place. Those women are trash. The women that you see on Instagram are trash. You want the women that's well known. Oh, she's so beautiful. But she doesn't know how to keep her legs closed. And she is susceptible to the thoughts and the visuals and the effects of society. You choose a woman that can't think for herself. You choose a woman that can't think for herself. Let me tell y'all something. I don't have any problems with my wife. You understand me? You understand what I'm saying to you? Many of you dummies out there, I don't have no fucking problems with my wife. Small ones. Nothing major. Nothing for the point. Nothing all today. I can go anywhere I want to go. If I choose to leave out of the country right now, I wouldn't even have to worry about it. She allowed me to bring another heifer into the circle, and I misjudged that heifer. Right? And what do you have to do if you make a mistake? And let me tell you another thing, right? Now, I want to address to you women for a minute, right? I want to address you women for a minute, right? Because I want to say something to you women, right? Many of you women out there, that word cheating, see, when I hear a man say cheating, I just look at the man like, you dickhead. Whenever I hear a man come on social media and use the word cheating, I just be like, you dickhead. How can the word cheating come out of a man's mouth? How? Especially a Negro man whose ancestry has always been a polygynous ancestry. The Africans, so-called, didn't create polygyny. Polygyny did not come or was not invented by Islam. You understand that? Islam is not the inventor of polygyny. Polygyny occurred way back in the early days of the Bible by the Israelite ancestors. Okay? Why was polygyny important? Okay? First of all, Yah allowed polygyny to carry out his word, his prophecies throughout the Bible. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. Polygyny has to be done right. Okay? I attempted it and I failed at it. But at least I would rather do it that way and be honest with my woman than my previous ways. You understand what I'm saying? But when I hear the word cheating come out of a man's mouth, I just be like, you ignorant ass dummy. Now, the women, I understand, because a lot of women only listen to social media. The word cheating runs across social media so much that it doesn't even make any sense. You can get your Google out. If you want to use your Google, use your Google. Get your Google out. Now, I've said this thousands of times. What do you think? I'm giving my opinion. Don't you know I hardly to never give my opinion when I come on this live? I hardly to never give my opinion when I come to this live. Hardly to never. I've done it, but I rarely, never do it. So, as a black people, our original language is Hebrew. English is witchcraft. The word cheating is witchcraft. It's witchcraft so that we don't understand who we are as a people. You have to understand that polygyny comes from the Israelite culture. All we have to do is look at today's numbers. If you want to know why I'm speaking less and less, and I'm speaking less and less and less and less and less to you niggas, you know why I just keep speaking less and less and less? Because you all try to run from the truth. So many of you are so foolish that you can listen to the truth, you cannot refute the truth, and then you go and huddle and hate the truth and then deny the truth. Let me say that again. The reason why I keep speaking less and less and less and less and less to you niggas is because you listen to the truth, you try to refute the truth, you realize that you can't refute the truth, then you put your own spin on top of the truth, you go and huddle and deny the truth, and then you come back and with your spin on the truth, you act like the truth isn't even the truth. That's some sick ass shit, and I'm tired of dealing with a lot of people with mental problems. A lot of people, Negroes, there's a lot of Caucasians that got mental problems too. Okay? But there are so many dysfunctional Negroes out there that take the truth, listen to the truth, just because they don't like the truth. They take the truth, put their own spin on top of the truth. Then they go and they huddle, and then they hate the truth. And they come back and deny the truth with their own spin on it. And then they act like they never even heard the truth, or they act like the truth was never the truth. Don't you know there's another show? I'll be watching this social media shit. Don't you know another thing came down the timeline where, well, it wasn't on my timeline necessarily because I watch a lot of people's pages from my backup page, Taragoon. I told you that already. And I see so many things. They had this one woman on this talk show where all of these Negroes is on the platform, and these Negroes act like they know everything about marriage, right? And half of them Negroes don't got their marriage together, right? This woman on there with 7 effing kids, right? Listen, she got 7 kids. What's wrong with having 7 kids? Nothing is wrong with having 7 kids. If, 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 if they by the same father. If they by the same father. There was this woman that had 7 kids by the same man. And she somehow found it within her heart that she couldn't work it out with that nigga. 7 kids with the same man. And you found a way to leave him. What did he do so unless you found him with another man? Now, I'm thinking if she found him with another man, okay, I can understand that. Dead him. I understand that. But let me tell you a question, though. I can't imagine somebody with 7 kids. 7 kids, he like pussy. He like pussy, he got 7 kids. Not only do he like pussy, but most likely she got some good pussy because he had 7 kids with her. So I strongly doubt if he was dealing with another man. I know a lot of you cats out here do that, but I don't think that was the case here. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But let's say that was not the case, which I doubt it was. How do you walk away from a man with 7 kids if, in fact, she was the one that walked away? Maybe he walked away because a lot of people were commenting on that. But what if she didn't walk away? What if he walked away? And I can only one way I can see a man walking away from his wife, because that's what she is. She got 7 kids, but I don't care if you got the white man's paper or not. If a woman got 7 kids by you and you walked away, she had to cheat on somebody. She had to cheat on him. Now, there's that word cheat, but I use the word cheat the right way in that sentence. Since you all want to use the word cheat, if a woman opens her quiver to another arrow, that's adultery. Now, I want you all to understand something, right? A man and a woman are different. A lot of you dumbass women out there, you think that you can equate a man's sexuality with a woman's sexuality. You can't do it. You cannot do it. Why? Because God didn't make it that way. The Most High didn't make it that way. Satan has lied to you, specifically you black women. Specifically you black women. There are 6 of you Negro women to 1 Negro man. I want to say that 10 times. 6 Negro women to 1 Negro man. 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 And you think that you are more powerful, your opinion and how you think, and you think that what society tells you can change math? Don't you know 1 plus 1 is always going to be 2? Don't you know 3 plus 3 is always going to be 6? 3 plus 3 ain't going to never be 8. 7 plus 4 ain't going to never be 18. 7 plus 4 is 11. 7 plus 4 was 11 1,000 years ago. 7 plus 4 is 11 now. And 7 plus 4 will be 11 10,000 years from now. Even in the kingdom of heaven, 7 plus 4 is going to be 11. Don't y'all know that? Don't you know 10 minus 5 is 5? I don't care where you are on the planet. 10 minus 5 is 5. You niggas have a problem with reality. You niggas have a problem with reason. This is the age of unreason. That's what it is. There's no reason in this age, especially with you Negroes. There's no reason with these Caucasians either. These Caucasians might be at best worse with reason because they swear Christ is white. You dumbass white people, Christ ain't white. Christ never was white. Christ never will be white. Don't you understand? You dumb Caucasians that think Christ is white. Yeah, I'm talking, man. Yeah, I'm wild. Yeah, I don't even care tonight. Many of you don't already like me. Many of you already hate me. Many of you already ostracize me. Many of you already gaslight me. I can't do no more damage to myself than what's already done. Because you people don't love reason. You people hate reason. Especially you people here in America. You hate reason. White people hate reason. Black people, you are unreasonable. You are not going to be able to do nothing with the math. Don't you understand that? You women keep walking around here like the math is going to change. Like one day, 6 minus 1 is not going to mean 5. 6 minus 1 is always going to mean 5 left over. That means there's 5 of you heifers left over here in the United States and also in the European countries. The European countries, the same thing. England, London, all of those places where you have our brothers and sisters scattered abroad. England and London is like 3-1. Here in the United States, it's 5 to 6 to 1. What in the hell do you expect to happen? What do you think the numbers are going to do? Huh? I don't understand y'all. And then, with it being the majority of you women, over 75% of you women are unqualified. You're unqualified. You're not qualified to be a wife. 70% of you are garbage. 70% of you women need to go and be thrown in the can because you're useless. You're not good for nothing. You don't teach your daughters how to be wives. All you teach, go get the bag, girl. Go get the bag, girl. Get the bag, girl. The hell with that nigga. How the hell are we supposed to reproduce and produce families then? You stupid heifers. Tell me, how are we supposed to continue as a black people? How are we supposed to continue as a nation with that attitude? I'm not talking nice tonight. I'm not talking nice tonight because you're unreasonable people. You don't deserve to be taught. You don't deserve to be spoken to nicely. And yes, I will say this to any one of y'all face, woman or man. So many of you, and y'all know I got no problem with walking. I prefer to walk up to a man and shake his hand. That's what I prefer to do. I've met 7 to 8 of you social media gurus in person. I've met about 7 to 8 of y'all in person. All I did was walk up to y'all and shake your hand. That's all I did. I walked up to you and shook your hand. I ain't come at you with no tough shit. I ain't come at you with none of that. Right? Only a couple of y'all, 3 of y'all I did. Right? But 7 to 8 of y'all, and some of those 7 out of the 8 whom I walked up to and shook your hand, y'all hate me. Y'all don't even love me. Y'all hate me. You don't want me to use the words dumb and stupid and foolish. But tell me, what is dumber than not understanding 6 to 1? What's dumber than that? Tell me. Because we all went to school. And I wasn't the best in math. In fact, math was my worst subject. But I can add numbers. Can you niggas not add and subtract? Don't you understand? Don't you understand that 6 minus 1 is 5? Don't you understand that? That means you got 5 left over. 5 of you heifers is left over. But y'all walking around saying, well, if he cheat on me, I'm leaving. Where you going, dummy? Where you going? Huh? Where you gonna go? Where you gonna go? There's not enough men. Where you going? Where are you going? Tell me. Tell me where you going. Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Where you going? Oh, I know where you going. To a married man? You gonna go to a married man? That's where you going? Now, let me tell y'all the rules of engagement. Let me explain to you Negroes the rules of engagement. These are the rules of engagement by Christ. These are Christ's rules. The word from a Hebraic perspective. Now, you don't have to be a master at Hebrew. If you got your Google, you can Google everything that I'm telling you all. Okay? If you got your Google, then you can Google everything that I'm telling you. From a Hebraic perspective and from a Hebraic understanding. Well, we don't want to hear that Hebrew shit. Hebrew was the first language. Hebrew was the first language. And every language, including English, has derived from Hebrew. Even the Arabic language has derived from Hebrew. You are aware of that, right? So when we go back to our roots and we understand the word husband from the Hebraic perspective, which is from the perspective of Christ, which is from the perspective of our Creator. The word husband is masculine singular. Masculine singular. Well, if y'all can have 2 wives, then why can't we have 2 husbands? The reason why you can't have 2 husbands, you dummy. Listen, dummy. Let me tell you why you can't have 2 husbands, dummy. Because in the same house, who gonna lead? Who gonna lead? Which nigga gonna lead? Don't you know them niggas gonna kill themselves? They're gonna kill each other. Don't you know if you got 2 men under one roof, they're going to kill each other? Don't you know that? Why? Because whichever man, whoever's rules and whoever's instructions are undermined, he might as well have a pussy too. That's why. How you gonna have 2 men in the same house, right? And they both supposed to be the head of the household. Let me ask you that question. I want to ask y'all women that question 4 more times. Let me ask the question 4 more times. Okay? How you going to have 2 men in the household and he's supposed to be the authority and the man is supposed to be the head of the household? How you going to have 2 men when a man is supposed to be the head of the household? How you gonna have two men when a man is supposed to be the head of the household? How you gonna have two men when one man is supposed to be the head of the household? So that means one of them niggas got to bow down in the house. And I'm telling you right now, if I was stupid enough to be in that situation, I'm not bowing to the next nigga, win, lose, or draw. It's my way or the highway. He got to go. We're going to kill each other because it's out of order. It's out of order. You got Christ, man, woman, child. Not Christ, man, woman. Not Christ, man, woman. That's out of order. But if you have two women in the house, both of those women know that one man, see, it's hierarchy. It's hierarchy. You see what I'm saying? Now, to the smart women, to the intelligent women, if you're not a dumb woman, don't put on the shoe. It's just that simple. See, tonight, I'm going to allow you all to fit the glass slipper. If you a dumb man, if you a dumbass nigga out there, and the sneaker, this message is to you. If you are an intelligent man, then the message is not for you. Because any man that understands our ancestry, any man that understands the hierarchy of God knows that no such thing as the word cheating. From a Hebraic perspective, the word husband is masculine, singular. From a Hebraic perspective, the word wife or woman, the word wife or woman is feminine, plural, meaning Christ allowed more than one woman, but never, ever, 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 ever in the Bible have you ever seen Christ allow more than one man. It's unheard of. It's wickedness. It's an abomination. And you women talk, oh, if he cheats on me, oh my God, I'm leaving. I can understand that. I can understand that if he's a homosexual, or if he's bestiality, or if he's just. Now, I can also understand this. There are some men out there that just go and run and have sex with a lot of women. Men, you can't do that either. That's weak. If you're going out there having sex with multiple random women, see, women, I'm not condoning sexual intercourse freely with multiple random women. That's called fornication. Once the man starts doing that, it's spiritual wickedness. But do you know the only reason why it's wicked? It's wicked because when a man goes and does that, the likelihood is very high that many of those women that he's dealing with, if they're giving it up so freely and so easily, we know that they're thoughts, they're sluts. And a slut is an abomination. If you are a woman and you are a slut, you are an abomination. That's the Bible. All you do is judging. You won't stop judging. I'm not judging nobody. That's the Bible. If you are a woman who is opening up her quiver to multiple arrows, you're an abomination. That's what the Bible says. So fornication comes from the penis. Adultery comes from the penis. When a woman steps out on her husband and deals with another man, that's fornication. Adultery and fornication starts at the penis. So if a man, now, we also got the issue with a man when it's being treacherous, when he doesn't make an agreement with the woman he's with. And quite technically, for real, he doesn't really have to. But let's keep it real. Us Negroes here in America are not in our sovereignty. We're not here in our sovereignty. Who am I to go and deal with another woman without discussing it with my wife? Who do I think I am? Now, in our sovereignty, that's different. King David didn't have to discuss nothing with his heifers. Why? Because he was king of the world. The king of the world don't got to tell the next heifer that he's going to deal with another heifer. He ain't got to tell her. But here in America, us black men, we don't have sovereignty here in America. That doesn't make polygyny worthless, and it doesn't make polygyny illegal according to Christ. Polygyny is still very, very legal if it's done properly. Am I currently in a polygynous situation? No, I'm not. Am I running around having sex with random women? I'm not. Who's telling y'all this? Where are the pictures at? Where's the video? Do you got anything? Anything? Me hugging a woman, kissing a woman? Do you have anything? Anything? I need something other than just the shit that you're seeing on that you're hearing on the internet. Tell them you want proof, because it's not thorough for a man to be running around and having sex with multiple women randomly, aimlessly. That is also an abomination, simply because there's no way all of these women are loyal to you. There's no way all of these women are loyal to you. Now, if you are a man and you've discussed with your significant other and she is in agreement, like how Sarah was in agreement with Abraham, how Sarah allowed Abraham to frisk the Egyptian heifer, right? If you and your wife are on the same page, right? And the other woman, your prospect, is a woman that's not having sex, like the woman that was on that I saw on that came down the line on the Kendra Media. The woman hadn't opened her legs in 15 years. 15 years. Oh, you ain't think I told my wife about her? You ain't think I said, honey, you see her? Look at her. Well, why can't you just be with one woman? Shut your mouth. Don't you worry about it. Worry about your own marriage. Worry about your own marriage. Worry about you being single and lonely because you want to leave a man because by his nature, he's polygamous. Oh, and then you got some niggas that like to come on the internet. Oh, that means you're a boy. That means you're insecure. That means you have not grown up. That means you living in your you should have did that already. You should have did that already. Abraham was 100 years old. David was 50, damn near 60 years old. Stop making this about age. Stop putting that. You know the main thing about some of you niggas? You have no control in your house. You have no authority. You can't do what you want to do. That's your fucking problem. Because many of you cats, especially some of you newlyweds out there that come on the internet and you talk shit, you know damn well if you breathe on your heifer wrong, she gonna slap you in your fucking face. You niggas got no control in your house. You don't control nothing. Some of you that then y'all hop on the internet like y'all this and all y'all can do, and then you constantly got other niggas on your mind. Who is you niggas to constantly have another grown man on your mind? What's wrong with you, man? This is why I talk less and less. What do y'all think? Y'all not hearing me because I'm guilty? Oh, he must be guilty. He not talking. He guilty. I'm fucking busy. I don't got to come on the internet and keep trying to prove myself to you dummies. That's your problem now. Y'all so worried about somebody else. Worry about yourself. That's the reason why half you niggas can't get or keep a woman now. Because all you do is entertain gossip. You men out there, you constantly entertain gossip. That's all you do. Oh, what they saying about him now? What they saying about him now? What they saying about? That's why your bitch don't like you. That's why you single. That's why you niggas is single. That's why you ain't got nobody. That's why, because your character is weak. You more concerned about gossip than you are about trying to find a good woman, about worrying about your own family business, worrying about your own money, your money situations, and your money business. Or why are you not talking to the white? Because the white people is not my problem right now. Now, ultimately, the white people are a wicked, wicked nation. And pretty soon, many of you are going to see just how wicked the majority of white folks are, because a lot of them hate you. Just like a lot of white folks that secretly look at my page. They look at my page, right? They won't like anything that I say about myself or like anything that I say about other black people. If I put a post about I want to put a post up right now, right? Matter of fact, I'm gonna drop it right now. There's a post I want to drop where this brother, right? There's a post that I want to drop, right? Where this brother, right? He invented. I'm about to drop it on my Instagram. I'm gonna drop it on my Instagram. White people hate this type of stuff. White people hate this type of stuff. They don't mind if I drop something about a cat or a dog. If I say something about a cat or a dog, white people, you love animals. You love animals, right? That's why I keep trying to tell y'all. A lot of these white folks, they like animals more than they like black people. Right? A lot of these white folks, they can't stand your guts. Right? They like animals more than they like black people. How you gonna like the dog picking up money and buying vegetables more than a little cute, beautiful Negro baby girl with blue eyes? You know why? Because when a lot of white folks see you, they hate you to your guts because they know the truth. Now, I don't hate white people. I don't hate Arab people. I don't hate China man. I don't hate Japanese man, right? But I don't want you white people, you Arab people, you China man, none of you lose grip of reality. I don't love you. I love my people. That's the reason why this message is constantly for my people. But my people make me sick to my stomach. My people make me vomit. Niggas on the internet talking about cheating. Right? Now, I need you to understand something, right? If you're using the word cheating in terms of being treacherous, why don't you just say treacherous then? Because treacherous is something. Treason or being a traitor, treason has to do with a country. But being a traitor is something different from cheating. You understand what I mean? It's something different from polygyny. Being a traitor and polygyny are two different things. You know what I'm saying? I am not a traitor to my wife. Everything that I do basically surrounds the love for my wife, my sons, my mother. Okay? Everything that I do. But I ain't gotta always be up underneath my fucking wife. I don't wanna. My wife talk a lot. She talk a lot. I don't want to hear it all the time. Don't you know my wife don't stop talking when she talks? Sometimes I got it when she's here at work with me. Sometimes when she start talking, I gotta say, honey, I'm about to get into this study here. I'm about to get into this Bible. I talk to my wife all the time. Right? Do you think I always want to hear what she got to say? No. Because she ramble on and on and on and on and on and on, and I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And you always got you super saver hoe niggas worrying about the next nigga bitch. You super saver hoe niggas come on the internet and you worry about the next nigga. You worry about how the next nigga treating his bitch. What's wrong with y'all? This is why I'm fed up with it. Oh man, you doing this to your woman? You ain't doing. Get your own pussy. Stop worrying about his. What do you want to do? Try to take her because you mad because you don't have her because you ain't got no fucking body, or you mad because your wife treating you like shit? You niggas is corny. You make me sick. Most of y'all make me sick. See me in the streets. See me in the public. I don't care win, lose, or draw. I can't stand some of you niggas. You make me so mad. Niggas today don't even know how to mind their business. I'm not talking nice tonight. I'm not going to talk nice tonight. I'm not going to talk nice tonight. I'll be all over Philadelphia tomorrow. All over Philadelphia. I got 1,001 places to go because tomorrow I'm off. I got 1,001 places to be in Philly tomorrow. Walmart, Foot Locker, Home Depot. I got to be Home Depot. I got to go to Lowe's because Home sometimes I don't like how Home Depot be doing me with my card. So I got to go to Lowe's. I got to go to Whole Foods. I got to go to Fresh Grocer. I got 1,001 places to go tomorrow. I'm available. Right? Nothing that I say on the internet, everything that I say on this internet, I can back it up. I'm not somebody that comes on the internet and shit talks and throws words and this, that, and the third. Don't you know? I don't know half of you niggas is living, half of you Negroes. I don't know half of y'all living. Don't you understand? I forget about y'all constantly. The only time I remember y'all is when I come and I log on to Instagram. That's the only time I remember you men. I wish I would. I wish I would go to sleep with a man on my mind. I wish I would wake up with a man on my mind. I wish I would. If I ever go to sleep with a man on my mind, if I ever wake up with a man on, I'm going to hang myself. I swear, because I'm going to think something is wrong with me. Don't you understand? A lot of y'all that come on the internet, you can't hide it. You can't hide your hatred from me. You think that you hiding your hatred from me, but you're not. Why? Because I'm known far more than you think I'm known. Just because I don't have 1 million followers don't mean that you have more people that watch you than I do. I got people that watch me in Africa. I got people that watch me in Russia. I got people that watch. I wouldn't even be surprised if Putin was watching me. I got Saudi Arabia watching me. I got Iceland watching me. I got Canada watching me. All because you see my 900 followers. Let me tell you what's more important than followers. Notifications. People want to be notified when I talk. Even though a lot of people hate me, they still want to hear what I have to say. Even though you want to not show the numbers, or you might not want to hit the joint and then just watch the captions or whatever they can. It don't matter. You still want to hear me. From Africa to China, I don't need followers. Don't you understand that? I don't need followers. I don't need likes. I don't need nothing. I'm going to tell everybody the truth. From you Negroes to you crackers to you dirty Arabs to you rusty ass Chinese people to you Japanese, all of y'all. I'm not talking nice tonight. Sue me. Unfollow me. Hate me. Gaslight me. Do whatever you need to do. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Because many of you want to be spoken nice to, but you're unreasonable. You're unreasonable. How can, if you speak, do you know what happens when you speak nicely to a bunch of unreasonable people? Huh? The same thing that this ministry has been through for the last 15 years. You try to speak reasonable to Negroes, to a lot of white people. You try to speak reasonable to you all. You don't want to hear it. You hate reason. And then you say, well, that's your truth. The truth is not individualized. Nobody has their own truth. The truth is what Christ says. The truth is what Christ says. There are so many feminine men out here that it don't make no sense. A lot of you
are disguised as rappers. A lot of you are disguised as internet gurus because you get on the internet and you throw little stuff. There's a lot of you all, right? There's a lot of you all, man. But you know what I used to do back in the day when win, lose, or draw. If I had an issue with somebody, I say I hate that. I can't stand that nigga. You know what I used to do? I used to go and say whatever I gotta say to his face. However I feel about him, because obviously, if I have bad feelings toward another man, it's because he did something to me. But you men today, the next man doesn't even have to do anything to you. Some of you all you can do is look at him and say, I hate him. You sorry ass, pathetic men today. That's what many of you do. I hate him. Don't you know that's what a woman is supposed to say to a man? I know I have a lot of women that say that about me. I hate him. I can't stand him. You know when I post on the internet, you know how many women say that about me? Oh my God, I can't stand him. Oh, what's he gonna say now? I can't stand him. That's what women do. I don't never say that. I don't say that about anybody. I don't say that about women. I don't say it about white people. I don't say it about Arab people. I don't never say that about anybody. But I especially don't say that about another man. I don't even say that within my heart. Some of you grown men, majority of you Negroes, you look at another grown ass man and you say within your heart, I hate him. You piece of shit. You traitor. You coward with 911 fingers, gangster with 911 fingers. That's why I talk less and less and less and less and less to you people because you people don't have no reason. You have no reason. Women still think you men out here are so weak that y'all got women who outnumber us 5-1. Women who you have prepped women up so high that they delusionally believe that they got room to leave niggas. How do these women, do you want to know why? It's really, we're at an all-time single, with an all-time single black people and white people. Here in America, Satan is doing America dirty. America and over there in the UK, he doing the UK dirty. Canada, he doing Canada dirty. See, you know why Saudi Arabia don't have these problems? You know why Saudi Arabia and a lot of Muslim countries, maybe even some of the black third world Muslim countries, they're even having these problems. But you know why the quote unquote Jewish community, the untouchable community, you know why they don't have these problems? You know why the Saudis don't have these problems? Huh? You know why a lot of places in Russia, you know why Putin and them, they don't have these problems? Even in some places in Russia, but Russia still got quite a stronghold for the most part, right? You know why the Saudis don't have this problem? Because the Saudis tell all them bitches to get down or lay down. That's why. The Saudis ain't having that. The Saudis ain't having women running around talking about something. You messing with her too? I'm leaving. Off with your head, ho. We not playing these games with y'all over here in Saudi Arabia. The Saudis is not playing the same games. The Jewish community, say, listen, woman, we run the world. Leave then. Leave, woman. I wish you would try to leave. I wish a Jewish woman would try to leave. You know, the other nations overseas, they don't have these problems, right? Right? China is running crazy and all that. Don't get me wrong. Satan's influence is really is really in effect. You should see what Satan is doing over there in China. It's getting crazy in China too. Women in China, and China got 3 billion people, right? But them women over in China is getting beside themselves, right? When women get beside themselves, this is what happens. marriages fall apart. Marriages are destroyed. Marriages. Marriages become destroyed when women get beside themselves. When women start walking around and talking about, I can get whoever I want to get, I leave them. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some women that they have options. I'm not saying that there aren't some women out, but many of you women are delusional. Like 90% of y'all. 90, some of you, if you got two kids by two different men, we're not even going to get 3 and 4 and 5. We're not even going to go up there in the numbers, right? Don't you understand that your worth seriously declines once you start having multiple children with multiple men? Don't you understand that? Because that man wasn't good enough for you. This man not good enough for you. That man not good. You got your nerve. You got your nappy head nerve running around here acting like you got all these choices. And you know why you feel that way? Because these men that keep putting you on pedestals and saying, oh, girl, you men come on the internet and always want to uplift women. And don't you understand? From the beginning, we all die because of a woman, because she don't want to hearken to instructions, because she don't want to listen, right? Don't you understand that? Don't you understand that? The broad had 7 women. The broad had 7 kids by one man. And unless he left her, because if she left him, you got to be kidding me. So she got 7 kids. Here are all the numbers with her. This heifer got 7 kids, and it's one man to every 6 women. She got 7 kids, and it's one man to every 6 women, Negroes. One Negro man to every 6 Negro women, and she got 7 kids, and she got the nerve. She got the nerve to say, I don't want him no more. I want to go find me somebody new. You heifer. He was good enough to have 7 kids by. 7 kids. Man, I can't even do the message. I can't even do the message, man. I can't even do the message.